Okay, folks, it's Tuesday time for my Random Rush segment where I listen to Rush for 60 seconds randomly, and then I respond with 90 seconds, and here goes.
The conservative trying to persuade others to join us, not sacrificing or changing what he believed in to join them. These so-called moderates out there they're without, by definition, folks, moderates are without a core belief system. They float, they meander, and they wander, and they settle wherever a majority happens to be, where there is the path of least resistance, because they don't like confrontation, and they don't like fighting, and they just want everybody to get along, and they also think they're the smartest people in the room, and they think they're the elites. But moderates have no political base. Moderates have no political strategy. Otherwise, why would every election and every 4 years, we got to go get those independents, we got to get the moderates? Because they don't have a base. They're not anchored anywhere. But if you want to go get them, you have two ways. You can pander to them, which that is the most...
Okay, folks. I'm not exactly sure what Rush is referring to, but he's obviously still talking about how great it is for Republicans to have lost Maron Seder in the Senate. Now, I don't particularly think it's a great thing for Democrats to have gotten him, but it certainly shows just how narrow and marginal the Republican Party is becoming. Now, Rush is going on saying moderates don't have any belief system, etc., etc., etc. Well, I actually think that there's some truth to the idea of centrists just being people who don't particularly like politics that much and don't really understand it. But the interesting thing about what Rush is saying here is that you can't win without having at least some type of broad base of a party, and his party is going so narrow. I mean, think about Maron Seder. What has this guy done? I mean, he voted against Obama's budget recently. He's voting against Employee Free Choice Act. The problem for Limbaugh with a guy like Specter is that Specter is not virulently a nut job. He may be arrogant. He may have that thing that happens when you're in the Senate for too long. And he may not be my first choice to be the Democratic senator from Pennsylvania. But the fact of the matter is, his leaving the Republican Party is an indication and another catalyst to keep the Republican Party as marginal as possible. Sorry, Rush. Bye.